As a team, we need to be more disciplined. The last couple of games were filled with some bad decisions and self-induced setbacks. And if we stand any chance today, these are things that have to get cleaned up in the biggest game of the season. The Dallas Cowboys are rated very high in this series, and just a season ago, they were the runner-ups to winning the Super Bowl but fell short to the Chargers. This roster is talented. Things almost need to go perfectly for us to win, and we can't afford another loss with the Niners and Cardinals gaining ground. The game plan today, as I evaluated their roster, is going to be attacking their defensive line and linebackers. And that would mean we have to set the tone early and feed Walker in between the tackles. However, that is easier said than done, being that we will be without Christian Haynes and some other key pieces in the trenches. So the starting center today will be the veteran Trey Turner. He would be tasked with a heavy duty today, and if anything goes wrong, we can turn to LaMea. We took care of the Chargers who won the Super Bowl, and this will be a completely different type of challenge ahead of us in this game. The tough parts of the schedule will continue, and thank you guys for being here. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get this underway! Our offense will get the chance to see the field first, and Brandon Ballard taking this back will not have a good return, being stopped at the 20. Calbert has now thrown 2 interceptions in the last 2 games, 3 total on the season, and we need that to be erased from his memory, as our game plan to start is working to our advantage. Our strategy is always to get Walker going so that we can finish our games with him. Coming across is Braden Parks with his first reception of the series, but this will not count to his stat line. It's coming back on a hold. That time it was the center Trey Turner making his first start of the season. As Bird going for McDonald, and he's got him. He needed 20 and he was able to get 21 to move the chains. McDonald is starting to heat up as the season progresses, as Walker torpedoes his way through the gaps and gets us across midfield. In between the tackles is where we want to attack in this game, as McDonald picks up another 3 to make it 3rd and short. Back up the middle with Charbonnet, and he's got the easy first down following Trey Turner's block. Charbonnet finally back in action after missing a few weeks due to his injury, as the underneath route to Taylor will somehow make its way near the 10. He's been such a reliable target all season, and he'll keep getting it if he produces first downs. As McDonald has catch number 3, this will go for 5 more. McDonald now lined up to the right side of Bird. Good pocket to work with. Fires a strike, and there's a touchdown. It's to DK Metcalf to open up the game. There's no corner that is strong enough to match up in press coverage, and all Bird needed was some time, and this connection continues to hatch before our eyes. That opening drive took 11 plays, as the first one for Dallas is a run to the outside with Chuba Hubbard. Not much as he is brought down. Prescott now with 17 touchdowns on the year, and now completion number 1 of this game. Catch was made by Brian Contreras, second year out of Stanford. As Prescott has all day, and finally completes that for a first down. It's Elton Buckley, selected in the first round of last year's draft from Georgia. As Hubbard will kick this run to the outside, and nothing there. Nice tackle by Jeremy Brockers in the backfield. So another chance for our defense to get off the field. They'll run a screen. Hubbard cuts back inside, and he'll be met with a swarm of Seahawks. And on 4th and 2 on R46, they opted to punt. Kind of a cowardly move by Dallas, as Parks tries the same play again, but more laundry falls onto the field. Unbelievable. You have to be more disciplined because Dallas can flip this game in an instant. As Bird coughs it up, but luckily McDonald falls on top of it. We are catching so many breaks right now, but the screws are definitely loose, as Metcalf gains a couple. 3rd down, trying to catch them sleeping with the run, but the Cowboys were all over it. A lot happened, but it ended up just being a 3 and out. That's actually the best result, as Hubbard doesn't get much, and now Dallas in danger of giving it back. Pressure being sent, and pressure gets to him. Dayo Adeyingbo, his second of the season, and the offense will get back onto the field. From their own 22 after a flag, stretching this to the outside, and it's not gonna matter again. It's coming back, and that is the hat trick for Trey Turner, so LeMayo will come into the game. Dallas now delivers pressure, and Metcalf couldn't hold on. 3rd and 23 deep in your own end zone is just impossible. It's a seed over the middle, caught by Taylor. How in the world did that throw get there? Rick Taylor is a 3rd down machine. He seems open most of the time we need a play to move the sticks, but this is ridiculous. Now Walker with a nice move, and he's going to keep the momentum running. He's made the most of his opportunities today. Here's a shot to Taylor, and that's incomplete. You never know, there's always a chance when you throw it up to him. As the screen is out of reach, and the splash plays will go wasted, ending with a Matt Ariza punt. He's going to try and pin them deep, but it's a little too deep, and it takes a backspin, and the Cowboys will have it to start at the 17. We have 3 minutes left in the first half, and this offense is held without any points. It's beginning to be a broken record for our defense. And it's also nice to see that that penalty isn't against us for once. Prescott now working from the 8. And a quick bullet on the run, and the catch is made by Jake Ferguson to get half of it back. Pressure being sent as Dak scans. Going deep, and he's got a man downfield. It's Contreras right at the 2-minute mark. But Nehemiah Pritchett, even being the fastest player on the team, just gets lost in coverage. And now the Seahawks will call a timeout. They saw Dotson lined up with Lamb, and we would have been on a stick if that snap proceeded. As this is caught underneath by Jalen Cropper for the first down. He's a real player for those of you who don't know. And the Cowboys are picking on Pritchett a bunch, and it's working, as Cropper moves the chains. Play clock running down, and they just get it off. Over the middle, Ferguson holds on as he took a major hit from Tucker. This is going to be a play where Ferguson is going to think twice about it next time, as Tucker will cover his zone on this snap. But Dak sees a lane and will walk in for the touchdown. And that is how Dallas will get their first points late in the second quarter. 7-7 game. There's still 2 timeouts to work with to make something happen. Going for Cook, but it's intercepted. Deron Bland with the takeaway, and that is another big mistake by the rookie. This was a tough read for Bird. Bland was running deep with Metcalf, but he turns around right as the ball is thrown. And now what was a great half for us may turn into us trailing. But Prescott feels the heat, and Murphy will close in on him. And that's going to take them out of range for now. 24 seconds left. He's got time. And Prescott will call his own number, and he will get a chunk of it back, and it'll be enough to bring on the field goal team. This is Greg Keaton, second-year kicker, and his kick is drilled. So after a tough battle, it's the Cowboys who go into the locker room up by 3. Penalties and turnovers hurt us against Arizona, and clearly those things were not cleaned up today. This team will make you pay for it, as we saw in that half. To make things more interesting, Drake May has figured it out. The Niners are now 4-1 with him under center, so a win seems necessary as the division closes in. Cowboys will start it up, and the quick hitter is to CD Lamb. That is his first catch of the game. 3rd and 5, they picked on Pritchett before. And they're gonna do it again. This is a big game for Jalen Cropper as our secondary gets beat again. Not sure what's going on with Pritchett. He's usually reliable out there, as Hubbard's second down run maybe gets 1. This is where they love sending pressure. They do, but it's a draw, and Hubbard runs right into the bear hug of Leonard Williams. Weird call on 3rd and long, but in comes Keaton again. But it's blocked! Seahawks knock it away, and it's recovered. It's Brandon Ballard, now a special teams player who steps up in a huge moment, and he used every inch of his wingspan to give us the play of the game. I haven't seen a block kick in a while. That was fun. Bird will start it off with a give to Beverly, and Parsons will push him down for 3. Bird is now 7 of 13 with 85 yards in this game. And a tough completion for number 8 will go for 3 and a 3rd down. We love Taylor in these spots. Pressure from the weak side. Throw goes the other way, and it's picked off. It's Micah Parsons who has it, and the left tackle Gregory just saved the touchdown. This was intended for Taylor the whole way until he saw the separation McDonald had on Parsons, but he's just so athletic and snatches it out of the air. Just a terrible moment to give it away after such a momentous block kick, as the catch is made for 7 by Buckley. It's such a tough ask for the defense to hold them from this spot, but we've seen them do it before. It's Ferguson, fighting through tackles, and they won't be able to do it here. It's a touchdown. It's a 10-point game, and this has gotten really ugly in a hurry, where it feels like we're down by 40. But we're gonna have to stay composed and minimize the errors, but the run game isn't working, and now our beloved screen doesn't either. So a 3-and-out after a pick is not ideal, especially when we're beginning to wear down our defense. Luckily, CeeDee Lamb helps us with a drop. 3rd down, and he's got Ferguson over the middle. That stings as the drive continues. Lamb lined up in the slot, but he's gonna keep going to his hot hand. That's how Dallas has been attacking our defense so far. Here's a run, and Pritchett's day gets longer with that stiff arm from Hubbard. Chains will move. 2 tight ends are in for 2nd down. All eyes on Ferguson. Lofted to him, and how about Adafe Owe making a play in coverage? We ask so much from our linebackers, and they almost get to Prescott. Check down is complete, but it's gonna be a great job by the defense to get us the ball back. Parks to return near the end zone, and it's a good kick. Even when we stop them, we're looking at the full length of the field with a struggling offense. And what's perplexing is how Dallas forced us away from our game plan. 10 carries for Walker is just simply not enough. Here's number 11, and that'll go for 5. We have to rely on this run game to reset the tempo. As they go with a play fake, Bird will let it soar, and caught by McDonald. This is a play this team desperately needed, and finally a bright spot for the offense. As Walker barrels downhill in a tough run for 7. Seattle doesn't need to snap it here, and the hard count will get us to jump. So there will be one final play in the quarter. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But here's a giant leap to erase all of it. It's gonna be Metcalf again for a touchdown. And the crowd is back into it again. Dallas again with press man coverage and no safety help. If Metcalf is even, he's leaving. What a game we have before us, and this 4th quarter will be some finish. Prescott back to pass, and he's gonna attack Pritchett again to move the sticks. Offset on 2nd down. Hand off to Hubbard, and there's just no lane for him to go anywhere. Credit to our run defense, they've bounced back from their last outing. And now they run a screen. Good shed by Hall, and he got him down. So many things have to go right on a screen with blocking and patience for the runner to spring free. But too much patience, and that'll lead to a sack. Rick Taylor has been the go-to guy in these spots. He's converted a 3rd and 23 earlier. And he's gonna do it again. Tons of space, and Rodgers is trailing him. Past the 20 and dragged down at the 1. What a play. 3rd and Taylor is a real thing. This is the new nickname for the 4th round rookie. Just throw it up and you'll convert every time. And Charbonnet will punch it in to finish it off with a touchdown. Welcome back from injury, and the Seahawks have retaken the lead. This is the best game we've witnessed so far in this series. And now with 5.5 in the 4th quarter. Prescott's gonna attack Pritchett again, and Buckley will have a chunk for a 1st down. We can't take any more risk in this situation. Duhan is now the number 2 corner for the rest of this game. So he'll line up on the outside as Dallas has it on the 41. 4-man rush. But Lamb has it, and that's a good option in crunch time. 4 minutes left. Here's a run with Hubbard. Space to run, and he gets swarmed. And that's another 8 on the drive. Big 3rd down, and some movement up front. Huge call against Dallas. Backed up 5 yards, game on the line. Prescott fires, completed. Contreras. With CeeDee Lamb on the team, I figured they force feed him, but it's been spread out consistently for these players making a name for themselves. and they are putting together a solid drive. As we reach the warning, Pritchett gets beat again. It's been a rough game for him. Prescott wants it all, batted down by Witherspoon, looking for Lamb in the back of the end zone. This time he'll hit him, spins away from the hit, and he gets forward progress. We are bending, but the limit feels like it's about to break soon, as Hubbard nearly catches us off guard. And now we have to make sure Seattle has enough time left just in case they do score. Now he crosses the plane, but they rule him down at the 1. No complaints from us. Pass on 3rd down. Wide open, Ferguson. With the defense that has been so reliable all year, the Cowboys exposes them here in the final minutes. And again, a chance for Bird to tie or win the game. Didn't do it in Arizona, but he's going to try and call game to Cook, and just underthrown. A heart stopper, but it's 3rd down. And a good ball over the middle to McDonald, so at least the 1st down is secured. All we need is 3 with under a minute to go. Deep ball try to Taylor, and it's clear that Bird has no fear airing it out here in the final minutes. If completed, that would have been good enough for Myers' range. Trying again on 2nd down, and a strike to Metcalf. They're going to be across midfield. They're playing a bunch of 2 highs right now. We have to take the yards where we can get them. They spike it with 31 seconds left to be played, and from here it's a 59-yard try. Trying to get us closer, but he just gets it off before the pressure got there, and that could have been the game. 3rd down, underneath to McDonald, and he's short. It's too risky for us to go for it on 4th down, so in comes Jason Myers for the kick of the year. From 50, and he puts it through. Clutch, as we are moments away from taking this to overtime. We tried to win it, but the Cowboys covered all the deep zones. This now will be the final play of regulation. Lofted high, says a prayer, and it is incomplete. And it'll be our first overtime game of the season. Seattle won the toss and the offense with a chance to give us another thrilling end. It will start with Parks on the return. He's got good speed and catches the edge. This will be a great return to start the new quarter, and credit to the rookie out of USC. This went from a game that almost slipped away to being a possible classic. As McDonald has it but short of the sticks, so it's 4th down. But when you're playing against these guys, risks need to be taken. This is a free play. Ball is loose and disaster nearly occurred. Luckily, this will not count because of the offsides. But we just can't allow those types of hits on the quarterback, especially in that spot. As Beverly with a good burst and a big gain of 9. That's a rare moment today that the screen worked in our favor. The Cowboys have been all over that. They'll try to move the chains with McLeod, and he slips by a man, and we love the physicality the rookie just brought to the table. From here, it's a 50-yard try. 2nd down run by Walker doesn't go anywhere. That's his 16th carry of the game, and you could argue that's not enough for a game like this. As Parsons puts the hit on Bird, and Myers hit it from this range to tie it, but now to put us up. From 50 again, and this will be nowhere close. Dallas will take over with a chance to win it. I don't hate how we managed that drive to move the ball downfield, but we just couldn't finish it with points. Luckily, our defense will give us a chance on this 3rd down. And they run the draw, and the Seahawks are all over it. What is this play calling from Dallas? I just don't understand it. It's not like they were near field goal range to make a decision like that. But we'll gladly take this back as Parks will field it at the 19. We've done this song and dance before as we operate another 2-minute drive. Bird going for the long ball to Cook, and it's underthrown and intercepted. Trayvon Diggs picks off Cal Bird's 3rd interception of the game. There was no one open with Parsons coming in hot, and this was the only player with a shot. But even with Cal Bird's big arm, it couldn't get to Cook. And now another shot for the Cowboys to win it, and it's better field position than the last, as Ferguson gets 5. And now the writing may be on the wall. Prescott hits the slant. It's to Buckley for a 1st down. They're around 54 yards from this point, and we can expect them to stay on the ground and churn up some more yards to make it easier. Here's second down. Run with Hubbard. He's covered up and finds space, and they can choose to finish it from here if they like. But they will run another play. No timeouts, and here's another run for a couple. Clock doesn't stop. 21 seconds left. They run the ball, and Dallas won't have any way to stop this clock. They'll need to find a way to rush the field goal team on, and the game is over. What a Dallas Cowboys way of mismanaging the game clock to end up in a tie. And this will have an awkward feeling because we didn't play well enough to win this game, but the Cowboys let us off the hook with some ridiculous play calls at the end. The offense has sputtered over the last few weeks, and turnovers are at the point where we might need to shrink the playbook again for the rookie quarterback. However, the one to Nate McDonald is still a throw I'll stand on, and the other two was a bad read and a severely underthrown ball to Cook in overtime. But this game had a lot of different and new information brought to our attention aside from that. Starting with Nehemiah Pritchett, I'm a little surprised by his lack of coverage today, and it seemed like Prescott at one point was just aiming to find where he was lined up and sling it in his direction. He's not going to be demoted or benched in any way because we've also seen some great plays from him in this series, but this may just be a bad game. But I think the reason I'm a bit concerned is because these are players who really shouldn't have any business outrunning him. But that's something we'll need to keep a close eye on. And we'll have Duhan if anything goes south again. Third and Taylor is a real thing. He has been the go-to guy when we need to move the sticks, and he can handle multiple roles in this offense from the slot and the outside. Ironically, with his production, Kendrick Cook has been off to a slow start as we near the halfway point of the season. We tried to find him in this game, but obviously 2 of the picks were balls headed in his direction, and he ended this game without any catches. I'm going to choose to go with the hot hand. Kendrick Cook will be our third option, and we'll try out Rick Taylor on the outside for a couple of games, but Cook will still see playing time when we need Taylor out in the slot. Another guy we should keep an eye out for is Dayo Adeyingbo. He's been picking up some steam off the edge lately, and when it comes to pass rush, I go with the hot hand as well. And so far, he's looked like a solid option that we signed in this past offseason. We'll need the extra help from our defense next game because we were missing 4 key impact players, so I'm excited to see how the other guys will step up. And that matchup will be against the New York Giants, who have Daniel Jones still under center. They're really milking out his contract, but they do have Malik Neighbors, who could be a problem for us with our depleted defense. We've been in some trap games before against these guys, and they will face us when we are still trying to figure out some things on our end. The upside though is that they have only scored above 20 points once this season, and that was against those Cowboys we just faced. And to no one's surprise, that would make them dead last in offense across the league. That will be all for the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode will be the trade deadline, and we still have a decision to make on Sam Howell. So don't miss out. Please subscribe and like the video for more Seahawks franchise and to help the channel out. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.